Okay, guys, so now we have learned a little bit about the types of triangles by doing your activity for the notes in the types of triangle notes. So you should know the different types and the characteristics that make them that way. All right, so now we're going to look at finding the missing angle of a triangle. So the first thing I need you to notice is that number one, this is our big rule for finding missing angle of triangles. So all three angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we're going to use this in every single problem for this section. So for number two, when you're finding the measure of angle B, we have three angles here, right? And we know that all three of them should, or they will, add up to 180. So all we're going to do here is we're going to say 52 plus 52 is 104. And so then we look at it like this. We say, okay, 104 plus what equals 180? All right, so we look at it. 180 minus 104 is 76. So your measure of angle B would be 76 degrees. Now, look at number three. So the same thing. We have all three angles that would add up to what? 180. Good. So now we just add the two that we have. 50 plus 27 is 77 plus B is 180. So now we have to look at it and say, okay, so 77 plus what is 180? So we're going to subtract and do 180 minus 77 to find out what that missing angle is. And so it's 103 degrees equals B. And make sure you put degrees on your answer because you are using degrees. You're finding the angle measure, and of course that is measured in degrees. Okay, now let's look at number 4. Remember, we're doing this whole section is just all three angles add up to 180. So we're going to say 80 plus 57 plus B equals 180. We're going to add those together. So we're going to add 80 plus 57. That's going to give us 137 plus B equals 180. So then, how do we find out what plus 137 is 180? We're going to subtract. And so you would get 43 degrees equals angle B. Okay, so now I want to skip down to number 8, and you'll see something different. Right here, this symbol is also an angle measure. If you have that box, you should have noticed in your types of triangles, this is a right triangle, which means this measure is 90 degrees. So when you work this one out, you're going to say 90 plus 26 plus B equals 180. Even though there's not an actual angle measure there, that box lets you know that it is 90 degrees. That's like having 90 degrees written there for that angle. So then we answer everything the same way. So 90 plus 26. First thing you're going to do is add that. So you get 116 plus B equals 180. So then we are going to subtract to see 116 plus what is 180, and it's 64. So 64 degrees equals angle B. So now I want you to go ahead and hit pause, and when you start it up again, you'll have your answers for the rest of these on your notes. So this is like your practice time. So go ahead and hit pause, do the rest of this handout, and then when you hit play again, it'll have the answers for you. All right, guys, so here are the answers for 5, 6, and 7. Remember, we just add together the two angles that were given, and then we subtract from 180 to find our missing angle. So go ahead and check your answers, and then go ahead and scroll down to number 9. Okay, so now we are looking at number 8 and number 9. We did number 8 together, and I told y'all to scroll down, but I scroll down. You're on the video, so obviously you don't have to do that. And then number 9 is 40 degrees. So remember, you may have to watch the video more than once, but the key with this is all 3 angles in the triangle add up to 180 degrees. So you're going to add the 2 angles that you're given, and then you're going to subtract that number from 180 to get your missing angle. So go ahead and use these notes to complete your assignment in Google Classroom.